Today's lesson is on how do we analyze the slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The reason why this is called slope-intercept form is because the m is the slope and the b is the y-intercept. So we have the slope and we have our intercept, so it's called slope-intercept form. The m and the b must always be numbers. So the y and the x can stay as y and x, but the m and the b must always be numbers. Our first question is to write the equation of the graph shown in slope-intercept form. Take a second to copy down the question and draw a quick sketch of the graph. Since I have to write it in slope-intercept form, I know it's going to be y equals mx plus b. I need to find a number for m and the number for b. The y-intercept is always easier to find, so I'm going to find that first. My y-intercept is where my graph crosses the y-axis. My graph crosses the y-axis at this point, so my y-intercept is just 3. Now, I need to find my slope, so I need to find 2 points on my graph. I have my y-intercept, I can use that point, and my second point is this point down here. So my slope is still going to be my rise over my run. I'm going to find my rise first. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 as my rise. Now I count my run. I go over 1, 2, 3. 5 over 3. I always want to keep my slope as a fraction. Now I'm going to take my two numbers and I'm just going to substitute them into my equation. Y equals 5 over 3x plus 3. So this is my slope-intercept form equation for my given graph. And the last question is to draw the graph of the line with the equation y equals 1 over 3x minus 5. Take a second to copy down the question and draw a quick graph. So I'm going to rewrite my equation. Y equals 1 over 3x minus 5. I'm going to identify my m and my b. My m is the number in front of the x, so it is a positive 1 over 3. I can also write that as negative 1 over negative 3, because a negative divided by negative is a positive. Positive divided by positive is a positive. My b is negative 5. Now I need to draw my graph. A good way to remember drawing your graph, B is where we're going to begin our graph. So we're going to begin our graph at negative 5 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where I'm going to begin my graph. Now I'm going to rise 1, since it's a positive 1, and run 3 to the right. So rise 1, run 3. 1, 2, 3. Go again. Rise 1, run 1, 2, and I can estimate that my next point would be over here. The reason why I did these two negatives is you could go the opposite way. I can run down 1 and to the left 3. 1, 2, 3, and my point would be over here. Now, you would take a ruler and connect your points all the way through the graph. And the biggest thing to remember as well, we need to label our line. So next to my line, I'm going to write y equals 1 over 3x minus 5.